back to Grave Watchers, where today we'll be looking at the top 10 most haunted prisons in the world. Starting off at number 10, Bodmin Jail, Cornwall, England. Bodmin Jail is said to be haunted by the woman in a long velvet dress named Selina Wadge and a wandering prisoner in the naval wing. It is said that Selina was executed at the jail in 1878 for the murder of her child. She is said to grab the clothes of passing children. The jail was built in 1779 and was the site of 55 executions. Modern visitors and staff frequently report cold spots and the sound of heavy footsteps in the basement. It currently employs a paranormal manager to handle the sheer volume of reported sightings. Number 9. Crumlin Road Gaol, Belfast, Northern Ireland. Said to be haunted by a man walking down Sea Wing. The jail itself, known as the Crum, saw 17 executions over 150 years. The tunnel connecting the jail to the courthouse is a particular hotspot for disembodied screams. The jail housed over 25,000 inmates. Paranormal investigators have recorded numerous EVPs of voices begging for help in the condemned man's cell. Number 8. Old Changi Prison, Changi, Singapore. It is said that shadowy figures in the hallways are seen and the sound of phantom marching. During World War II, the Japanese occupation used the site to hold and torture Allied prisoners of war. The sheer scale of the suffering during this era is blamed for the heavy, oppressive atmosphere. While much of the original prison was demolished in 2004, the remaining gates and walls are still avoided by the locals at night. Guards at the new facility nearby have reported seeing headless soldiers on patrol. Number 7. Kilmainham Gaol, Dublin, Ireland. The prison in Ireland has unexplained lights in the chapel and invisible forces that push visitors. It held the leaders of the 1916 Easter Rising before their execution. The prison was notorious for housing men, women and children in freezing dark cells during the Great Famine. During restoration in the 1960s, the governor reported that lights he had turned off would immediately flip back on. A painter once claimed he was blown across the room by an unseen gust of wind in the dungeon. Number 6. Moundsville, West Virginia Penitentiary, West Virginia, USA. Known for the Shadow Man, a silhouette that wanders the hallway without a face, it was once one of the most violent prisons in America. Over 900 deaths occurred here due to riots, murder, and executions. Built in 1866 on top of an ancient Native American burial ground, the site is favorite for TV investigators. Visitors frequently report being touched or hearing the clink of keys in empty corridors. Number 5. Port Arthur, Tasmania, Australia. Known for the Lady in Grey and a young boy who appears in the medical wing. This was a secondary punishment station for the hardest British convicts. It utilised the separate prison where inmates were kept in total silence and wore hoods to prevent them from seeing anyone, leading to widespread insanity. Over 1,000 people died here. It is widely considered Australia's most haunted site, with over 2,000 documented incident reports of ghostly activity filed by staff and tourists over the last few decades. Number 4. Shepton Mallet Prison, Somerset, England. Known to be haunted by the White Lady, a heartbroken prisoner who allegedly killed her lover. At the time of its closure in 2013, it was the UK's oldest operating prison and boasted brutal 17th century conditions, and later became an excursion site for American GIs during World War II. The prison was still active. Several inmates refused to stay in certain cells because they claimed the White Lady would sit in their beds and watch them sleep. Number 3. Alcatraz Federal Penitentiary, San Francisco, California, USA. The sound of a banjo playing in the shower room and flowing eyes in the D-block solitary cells led to the haunting here. Known for the rock, which was designed to break the spirits of the unbreakable, the intense isolation in the hole is said to have left a permanent psychic scar on the building. Former guards reported hearing phantom crying. The banjo music is attributed to Al Capone, who spent his final days there playing the instrument to maintain his sanity. Number 2. Penitenciaria de la Cumbre, Mexico City, Mexico. Known for a man who is reported to be the Harrow and a skeletal figure that wanders the Black Palace. The Black Palace was a place of extreme torture and overcrowding. Inmates were often left to starve or were murdered by the guards. It now houses National Archives of Mexico. Employees often report seeing a man in a black suit wandering the stacks, and when people follow him to help, he disappears into the walls. And number 1. Eastern State Penitentiary, Pennsylvania, USA. Cackling laughter in cell block 12 and shadowy figures that dart away when seen is known for the haunting. This was the world's first true penitentiary designed for 100% solitary confinement. Prisoners were kept in total isolation to reflect on their sins, which drove hundreds to madness and suicide. Even while it was open, inmates reported seeing ghostly silhouettes. In the 1940s, a locksmith working on a 140-year-old lock-in cell block claimed he felt a massive surge of energy and saw hundreds of faces appearing on the walls. It remains the most investigated and active prison on Earth. Thank you everyone for watching. We hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next episode.